Good evening, everybody. I welcome every one of you into tonight's uh, live broadcast where we'll be analyzing a few things about the Ibadan Circular Road. Ibadan Circular Road. So, once again, I tell you, welcome, Ekabo. Welcome to this wonderful analysis of the meeting. You are all aware that on the 8th of September, the representatives of the 6 local governments affected by the Ibadan Circular Road corridor, the 6 local government, they attended the meeting with Oyo State New Towns and Cities Development Agency, OYNTCDA, in Secretariat on Monday, on the 8th day of September 2020, 2025. Yes, you saw the video, you saw the live video before the meeting, in the middle of the meeting, and at the end of the meeting. And with what you saw, the live video you saw at the end of the meeting, you should be able to rationalize what was the outcome of that meeting. So I'm here again to talk about, analyze the outcome of that meeting for the sake of those who needed more explanation to get clearer facts of what that meeting was about. Local government mẹ́fà ló attend meeting. 6 local governments. Move back, come on. 6 local governments affected attended that meeting. Affected local governments: Egbeda, Onuara, Lagelu, Ido, which other one? Akinyele and Oluyole, 6 local governments. All the 6 local governments were properly represented by two representatives each from each local government. The only local governments, the only local government tí representative were pé méjì. I mean, the only local government that did not have 2 representatives among all these 6 local governments is Ido. Ido has just 1 representative, and you can understand that the work has not got tougher, more pronounced in the local government. The project is just moving towards Ido, but nevertheless, they have a representative, 1 representative. So the total number of people that attended that meeting. Okay, I can see some people love to join the live broadcast. If you love to join the live broadcast, I'm willing to add you to the live broadcast so that you can be a part of it. So if you want to join, I'm going to add you to be a part of this live broadcast. So only Ido had 1 representative, but every other local government had 6 representatives. So 6 times 5, 15. 2 times 5. That's the local government, 2 each. So we had 11 representatives, and the other parts of it that made up the number were people from the side of the government. The meeting actually lasted for, I think, about 2 hours. And according to the report we got, when they came out from the meeting venue, they were all smiling, everybody was happy, and all we could hear from them is congratulations, congratulations, congratulations. At some point, I began to ask myself, what was the congratulations for? Everybody was smiling. Probably the meeting gave a very positive result according to their own judgment. Now, I have to emphasize this. I'm here to analyze, and I'm here to use the words of those who attended the meeting to analyze what it is according to their words. So I'm not here to be judgmental. I am not here to be emotional. So if you are watching me right now, at this point, I don't want anybody to be emotional at all. We want to face the truth. We want to treat the truth, because the Bible says it is when you know the truth will set you free. So from this analysis, we may be able to to rationalize and bring out a lot of facts that we could probably work in with, and that can be form a basis of our decision making in the future. So the participants of those meetings were so happy, and I can hear them bidding themselves, congratulations, 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 ups and down, which means that to them that meeting was a productive one. To them the way it appeared to them may not be the way it appeared to other places. And I think one of the things that was giving them joy at the end of the meeting was that the government said there would be no demolition. Now, let's start from here. The government said there will be no demolition. Was that the first time the government said that? Ìjọba ní wọn ò ní demolish, ìjọba ní kò ní sí demolition. Ṣé ìgbà alákọ̀ọ́kọ́ tí ìjọba máa sọ nìyẹn? I remember September 23, I was there, very close to the governor, when he pronounced that the houses that are standing presently, none of them will be demolished. And one question we should ask ourselves at this point is that, as the statement of governor then, has it changed? If it has not changed, then what is the essence of the jubilation now? If something has changed after the governor's statements, then why are we jubilating to hear the statement again? So that is the first questions I want us to ask ourselves. The governor has recently said it that there won't be demolition. One. Now, the outcome of the meeting again now is saying there won't be demolition. So why are we celebrating? What is the joy? Now, I've spoken with almost everybody who attended that meeting, and everything I will be saying now is based on my interactions with everybody who attended that meeting, and not as a result of my personal emotions, personal findings. No. Are you getting that? Now, let's get to business. Now, from that meeting, I found out from them that the government was intending to take additional 75 meters left and additional 75 meters to the right. Please, if you are watching me right now, please let me know if you can hear me clearly. Just let me know. Just type in the comment section. I want to be sure that I'm communicating. I want to be sure that you can hear me clearly. Now, from interactions with those who attended that meeting, I wouldn't love to attend that meeting for one reason. I don't want to base my analysis on what I had. I want to hear from those who attended, so that in any way will not influence my sense of judgment. I hope you are getting it. Now, there was a revelation during that meeting. And one of the revelation is that the governor intended to take additional 75 meters to the right and another 75 meters to the left. Yani pé wọ́n fẹ́ mú 75 meters after the 150 meters they have cleared presently, which is the right of way. They want to take additional 150 meters, and that 150 meters is 75 meters to the left and 75 meters to the right. They wanted to take that, and on that 75 meters to the left and that 75 meters to the right, they wanted to demolish. They were going to demolish houses. Hello, please, I'm on live video, please. Please release your sound, I'm on live video. So they were intending to demolish houses on that additional 150 meters. And I can say maybe this was why they were all happy and congratulating each other for the success of that meeting. Because from findings, they were able to strike out that additional 75 meters. And this is the good news for all of us today, that there will not be another 75 meters to the right, and there will not be another 75 meters to the left where there will be demolition. No, that will not happen again. So let me just justify the jubilation that maybe that has formed the basis of that jubilation. So from findings from there too, they said the agency was created to manage developments on the corridor, population expansion in Oyo State, Ilu Business District. So the agency was not, according to the agency, according to the meeting, the agency was not created only for corridor issues. The agency was created for other issues like the Ilu Business District in Akinyele. I think money axis. The agency is also taking care of this side of Illusion Business District. The agency is taking care of anywhere there is new town development across Ibadan, across Oyo State rather, even Shaki, every other place. So the agency is not restricted to Ibadan alone. They are not restricted to Circular Road alone. So during that meeting too, they were able to establish that the corridor is 500 meter either way. And when we say 500 meter either way, that is from the midpoint, from the middle of the road. 500 meter to the right, 500 meter to the left. Mind you, I'm doing this video purely for educational purpose, to open your minds, to let you know what is on, so that you won't be depending on informations that are half-baked, that are not true, or you won't be misled in any way. I've had people in my community, for instance, there's this issue of someone who sells land, a land seller. He began to tell people around that, oh, Governor Sheyi Makinde has cancelled corridor, no more corridor. So he began to bring people to that area so that he can sell lands to them. So one of them too was so gullible that he didn't make inquiries around, and he paid for that land because that person told him that corridor has been cancelled. Meanwhile, it has not been cancelled. But maybe for the selfish interest of that person, of the land seller, he was able to convince him. That is one of the reasons why I'm doing this video, to educate you, to let you know what is obtainable in Ibadan Circular Road. So corridor is 500 meter either way from the mid of the road. These are the resolutions of the meeting, the things that were discussed in the meeting and that were concluded. So another thing that was discussed in the meeting was that the clustered areas that are clustered, ìyẹn ni pé àwọn ibi tí ilé bá pọ̀ sí, they will be mapped out. They won't be demolished. That is clustered areas. Àwọn ibi tí ilé bá pọ̀ sí, nothing will happen to those houses. But I think one thing they are yet to establish in that meeting, according to my findings, that they are yet to establish what number of houses will mean that the place is clustered. What number of houses will we begin to count before we say that place is clustered? I think that is yet to be established. Go down now. Go down. I think that is one of the things that is yet to be established, how many numbers of houses. But another important thing we must note here is that it has been established that houses where houses are not clustered, where houses are scattered, those houses will be relocated. So, but note, and I must emphasize this, the government has not yet established how many numbers of houses will be equals to clustered houses. And where houses are scattered, it has not been established how many houses will be in an area before they will say, oh, they are scattered or they are not scattered, according to my findings from several people who attended that meeting. So let's put these parts together. But one thing that is sure is that there won't be demolition. And where houses are scattered, which is not yet defined yet, if anything will happen at all in those areas, those people will be relocated for sure. So nothing should disrupt the existence of the circular road as usual. So I've said this times without number, any house that stands on the right of way, within that 150 meter right of way, where the road itself is going to pass. Anything that stands on the road, we have to give way. So I'm repeating this for the sake of people where in places where their roads has not been cleared, they are just clearing it. Now they have been working towards Mularere, Ogongo, Idiroko, to Ido, so that when they come to your area, when they get to your area, there is nothing we can do to the 150 meters right of way, and we are not agitating for the 150 meters right of way. Corridor is what we are agitating about. So any houses that stand on 150 meters right of way will we have to give way. And I think a part of the discussions in that meeting, according to findings from those who attended that meeting, was that the people houses will be fenced off away from the road, and that we have to create access road in certain places so that they can have access to the road. So another point to note is that the agency has a global CFO. Though from findings from several attendees of the meeting, they also said they didn't see the copy of that global CFO, but they were told that the agency has a global CFO, and they argued this global CFO, who was it issued to? So many arguments in that on that line. So also it was established that the documents that was proposed to be given to residents on the corridor is deed of sublease. I repeat, the document that was proposed to be given to residents on the corridor is deed of sublease. But our people were able to argue that, they were able to tackle that thoroughly during the meeting. Now I'm telling you, I'm giving you the reports of what happened at the meeting, according to reports that I got from those who attended the meeting. Mind you, I didn't attend that meeting. So I'm giving reports, first-hand report from findings I collated from those who attended that meeting. So the proposed document was deed of sublease. Yes, deed of sublease. But our people were able to argue that out, and they were able to negotiate deed of lease. Deed of lease, not deed of sublease again. From deed of sublease, they were able to move down to deed of sublease. And according to the resolutions of the meeting, the agency Oyo State New Towns and Cities Development already has a global CFO. They have the global CFO, and they will be the one issuing a deed of lease to residents on the corridor. On the corridor, the deed of lease, the global CFO rather, has 99 years on it, and the deed of lease also actually has 99 years, but they will have to subtract the numbers of years that the applicants have used on that land from it. So for instance, the agency has 99 years global CFO, and let's say I'm going there in the next 5 years or in the next 10 years to do my own documents. You know, the the CFO already has been counting down. So by the time I'm ready to do my own documents, they will have to subtract that 10 years from it, because in that next 8 9 years, so they can't give me the year beyond what they have. You can't give what you don't have. So spent on that property, on that land, will be subtracted from the years, from that 99 years. Now I want to repeat, I'm giving the report of the meeting I've gathered from the attendees of that. Once again, our people were able to negotiate deed of lease. If anything has changed after that, I don't know, but I'm still talking of September 2020, 2020. Another thing they discussed in that meeting is that the documentation is not a do or die affair. It's not compulsory. It's not like someone will enforce you that, oh, if you don't do your documents, you'll be evicted from your land, from your property. No, it's not a do or die affair. It's open to personal will. If you like, you can do it. If you like, you don't do it. So regularization is not compulsory. It's not a do or die affair. It's not a must. But one thing we must establish here, according to the content of the meeting, is that this agency is meant to generate income for the government. IGR, it's a normal thing. The government runs on money, and they are meant to generate income for the government. And this boils down to the fact that the land use charge is not negotiable. So, the document titles of it, in documentation of your property, is sometimes we may say it's optional, but it's necessary. But the meeting made us understand now that it is not a do or die affair, which means we can say it at the same time that it is optional. Yes, let's just use that language. So, but the land use chart is not optional. Normally, every household in Nigeria, any land in Nigeria, is supposed, in a normal setting, is supposed to be paying the land use chart annually every year. It doesn't matter where you are. It's a must as someone who is on a land that is under the control of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So the land use charge is not negotiable, even though the documentation of your property is optional, but the land use charge is not optional. So even if you decide that you don't want to do your documents now, the land use charge at the end of the year, you can't decide that. It's a must, you must pay, as the agency is out to make money into the government coffers. But how much this will now be is what we don't know. Yet. So nobody will be forced that, oh, if you don't do your documents, you have to vacate your house. They will bring police. They will chase you out. No. I think I'm reporting according to what I have gathered from those who attended that meeting, and as much as I can, I won't be emotional in any way. Thank God you have also seen the videos. You saw the live videos of people reporting from different angles. And outside that, I've engaged a few numbers of them to hear deeper things that were not said there. So the land use charge must be paid. So that is constant. So I've explained the issue of deed of sublease, and that documentation is not a must, but the land use charge must be paid. It's for revenue generation. I've explained that clustered houses will not be demolished. Clustered houses will not be demolished. So scanty houses will be relocated, and that the commission already has been given a global C of O. I think those are the highlights of that meeting. So let me just summarize it again. There won't be demolition on 500 meter either way. That's constant. So our people are able to negotiate deed of lease as at that date, as at 8th of September 2025. That was what they were able to negotiate to come out with as at 8th of September 2025. So clusters houses will not be demolished. So the deed of lease also, I've explained that recently, and the fee, the payments, how much will the deed of lease cost? And at this point, I think I need to emphasize, documenting your house we shouldn't take it as something that is optional. Why? Because not documenting your house, your property, is to your own detriment. You have a property, the kind of document title you have on your property determines the market value at the same time. Some houses, when you want to buy them, they will ask for, the first thing the buyer will ask, or a good lawyer will ask you, is that what title does he have? Some will say they have agreements. a land agreement. Land agreement has power, but it's not as powerful. Okay, someone says, so those who have virgin lands have lose them. I'm still coming to that, sir. Please just be asking your question in the comment section. I will be answering it one by one. Ask your questions in the comment section. I'll be answering it one by one. So land agreement has power, though is an evidence in court, but it's not as powerful. Receipts, purchase receipt also has power, but it's not as powerful. Which other one? Deed of assignment also has power. It has power than the first two. It's more powerful than the receipts. It's more powerful than the land agreement. The deed of assignment is more powerful. And after that, we have the CFO. You know, these three documents I've just mentioned earlier, are the ones you will take to the Ministry of Land if you want to obtain a CFO. They must see these three documents. Now, then we have the CFO, then we have the governor's consent. Which other one do we have? Then we can now begin to talk about a deed of lease, deed of sublease, and the likes. So let me just use this to ship it in for all of us, whether you have bought a property already, even if it is not on corridor, anyway, that if you don't have the right titles presently, I want to please educate you, and I want to tell you that it is the right thing to do. Begin to process how to get the titles of your properties, whether it is red copy survey, whether it is CFO. Just try, begin to process how to get titles of your document, because the kind of title you have on your properties would also determine the market value. God forbid, if there's any problem in the future, these are the things that speaks for you, that speaks louder for you. So I want to plead with us, even if anybody is telling us it's optional, it's not a must, we should take it as a serious thing, and that is important for our own security. It's important for our own security. So the fee, the amount we are going to pay for this sublease, for the lease rather, is not yet clarified. They don't know yet, and they said they are still trying to put things together to know how much is going to be paid. Even the land use charge, the ground rent, they are still working on it. They don't know what it's going to cost here. Please give me a minute, I'll be back now. So sorry please. So they are here to tell us the time when the amount this is going to cost, but they promise that it's going to be affordable. It's going to be affordable. Let me repeat that this agency are the one also taking care of Ilututu business district and some other places. So these are the few things that were discussed in the meeting. If you have contrary opinion, if you were at the meeting and you saw that maybe I've misquoted any of those words, you can please put it in the comment section. If you have any question at the same time, put them in the comment section. I'm going to answer you right away. And someone asks now, so those who have virgin land are foreclosed now? I cannot say yes and I cannot say no. According to what was reported to me after the meeting, the government has taken over 500 meters to the right, 500 meters to the left. Now, but whosoever needs a land there for any purpose, maybe you have a land there and you need it for any purpose, you can approach the commission or approach the Ministry of Land to tell them what you need the land for, to apply that land should be given to you. Yes, I think you can apply that land should be leased to you. But I don't know, but I think there's that window is there. So those who have lands on 500 meter right, 500 meter left, those who have lands, they can explore this window and see. Let us see what can what can happen from there. And that is why I cannot answer your question directly if those who have land have lost or not. So that is that another question. If you have further questions on this, you can please ask me, and on this live video now, I'll begin to answer you. I'll begin to answer you. So I'll be waiting for your comments. I'll be waiting for your questions right now as I begin to round up this live video. And even after this live video, if you have questions, you can still drop your questions in the comment section. I'll be glad to answer your question. Let me repeat again that all the analysis we have made so far is based on reports from those who attended those meetings. 11 persons who attended those meetings were asked several questions, and these are the collations of what they had to say. And there's a question people have been asking, because after the meeting, so many people have been reacting that, oh no, why must it be deed of lease? Why can't we be given C of O? And I think that has been answered. That I think in one of my videos I've said this, that you can't receive C of O for one land. C of O can only be issued once. So once C of O has been issued, so as I was saying, once C of O has been issued on a property, it cannot be issued again. The next thing you can receive on that property is governor's consent. So you can't get C of O twice on a property. The next thing you can get is governor's consent. Someone has just asked a question now. We are 2 or 3 houses built together. What's the fate of those houses? Because it may not be considered as clustered houses. That's a big question. We are two or 3 houses built. What's the fate of those houses, of those people? Because it may be considered as clustered houses. Like I said earlier, they are yet to define the meaning of clustered and scanty. The government is yet to define the meaning of clustered and scanty. But from contemporary English, you know that clustered is between commercial jersey, where things gather in between commercial jersey, and scanty is where they are dispersed. Come and be come and another 100 meter, another 50 meter. Yes, that is scanty. But I cannot say anything on that now about the fate of those people. But the promise so far that we can still bank on for now is that there will be no demolition on the corridor. I hope I've been able to answer your question, sir. Mr. Akintola Washi. So I hope I've been able to answer your question. If I've answered your question, please just type it in the comment comment section. So Adekunle Olubode Peter, Mr. Adekunle Olubode Peter, thank you for that information. So thank you too. Thank you too. I appreciate you for following me. God bless you, sir. I hope I've been able to answer the few questions that has appeared here. So if you have further questions, just feel free to drop them in the comment section. So as I begin to round up, I want to emphasize again that these are reports out of the mouth of those who attended this meeting. Not one person, not two persons. 11 persons attended, and I've been able to speak with almost all of them. And these are derivations from their words. Like I said, I was not in that meeting. I'm only banking on what they told me. What they told me was they told me after they came out of that meeting. And whatever is my analysis is based on, it's not based on my personal judgment. It is based on what the attendees of the meeting were able to disclose to me. And time we've been having ups and downs, saying, they are not comfortable with lease, they want CFO, they want deed of assignment, that they want governor's consent and the likes. We hope the government will be able to address this in the nearest future. Not in the nearest future, very soon. So, for listening to me, who have been following me since morning, Mr. Taiwo Ilori, thank you for staying online with me. I appreciate you to Mr. Adekunle Olubode Peter for staying online with me. I appreciate you also, Mr. Intola Wasi, for watching this live video. And I appreciate you also, still also Mr. Intola Wasi, thank you. Every other person I'm unable to mention your name, I appreciate you, thank you. Your last one, good night, and have a wonderful night rest.